Events of the year 16 AH. With the expansion of the Islamic State and the increasing need for strategic bases to manage the conquered lands, Caliph Umar bin al-Khattab ordered the construction of the city of Kufa in Iraq. Its location was carefully chosen on the Euphrates River to be a military and administrative base for Muslims. Kufa was designed in an organized manner, with sites allocated for mosques, markets, and residences. The city became a shelter for the mujahideen and their families, a launching pad for future conquests, and a center for Islamic science and culture in the following decades. The conquest of Homs and the completion of control over the Levant. In the same year, the Islamic campaigns continued to complete the conquest of the Levant. The companion Abu Ubaidah bin al-Jarrah and his companion Khalid bin al-Walid led the Islamic army, and they were able to conquer the city of Homs after a long siege. After the conquest of Homs, the army continued to advance north and succeeded in controlling large areas, which strengthened the presence of Muslims in the Levant. Continued conquests in Persia. Battle of Jalallah. The Islamic advance did not stop at the borders of Iraq, but extended towards Persia. The Battle of Jalallah, which was one of the major battles against the Persians, took place, and the most prominent Muslim leaders participated in it. The Muslims were victorious and conquered the city, paving the way for them to penetrate deep into the Persian heartland. After this victory, the Western Persian lands came under the control of the Islamic State. Organizing the state. Reforms of Umar ibn al-Khattab. In this year, Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab continued to organize the affairs of the Islamic State to ensure the stability of the conquered areas. The Diwan al-Jund, a system for registering the names of soldiers and distributing salaries to them regularly, was established. The conquered lands were also organized, as Omar kept the agricultural lands in the hands of their original owners in exchange for paying the tax, which helped achieve justice and economic stability. Adoption of the Hijri calendar. This period also witnessed an important step in the administration of the state, as the Hijri calendar was adopted as the official calendar of the Islamic State. The migration of the Prophet, may God bless him and grant him peace, from Mecca to Medina was chosen as the starting point for this calendar. This system helped unify administrative dealings and documentation throughout the state. Securing trade routes. Muslims worked to secure trade routes in the conquered areas, especially between the Arabian Peninsula, Iraq, and the Levant. This contributed to strengthening trade and economy, and linking the open areas with a safe and stable trade network. End of the year, expansion and stability. The year 16 AH was a year full of achievements, as Muslims continued to expand their state and achieve victories. The Islamic State was able to extend its control over the Levant, Iraq, and parts of Persia. This year also witnessed administrative and economic organization that made the Islamic State a model of justice and administration. Thus, the year 16 AH was a turning point in the history of Islam, in which Muslims wrote new pages of victory and organization, and laid the foundations for a great state that lasted for centuries.